Howdy, everybody. Alrighty. So, I got the itch to make this thing. It is the mass from White Knuckle. But it's a little more than that, although the texture looks like shit up close. But from a distance, it's not bad. The only problem is I can't get the camera to focus. Like, it clips everything out that's like up here. I guess that's like workaroundable, but oh well. Anyway, I modeled this really cool hand. Let me get rid of that. This hand, holy hell. So I basically figured out how to, I know this isn't exactly like the most riveting thing in existence, but I figured out how to basically pose this guy. So like I can whack it to the side a little, sort of like it's like some sort of snaky, awful arm or something. The texturing didn't turn out so great because of the UV space. I will figure out how to deal with that some other day. But for now, like, yeah, this thing looks awesome. It's so freaky. It actually turned out pretty good. I do have to hide the armature every now and then because it's shit, but you know. How's my day been? It's been pretty good. I haven't really been up to much. I've mostly been doing this. And, yeah. Let's see. I got some test shots finished for something. Got some... Oh, that's right. I'm in a pose mode. I got some other things lined up that I want to start working on. I'm excited, man. I'm excited for what I've been embroiling myself in. I'm just kind of annoyed at how this scene looks. I'm probably just going to end up going into like GIMP and just making a brand new texture. Because I get what they're going for with this texture. It reminds me a lot of the mass of faces in Doom 2. In the original Doom 2, there is a scrolling, which means it's just a singular tiled texture. There's a scrolling wall in one of the hell levels. I'm pretty sure this wasn't in Doom 1. But then again, Doom 1's been, you know, messed with so many times. And, oh yeah, you're right, it is only you, and because I didn't post in the Discord. I'm so sorry, Callum. Forgot to post. My bad. There we go. Yeah. Oopsie. Anyway, so yeah, there's this really awesome. Let me see if I can't find it. Doom 2 faces texture. Maybe that'll give me. Ooh, yeah, perfect. Ooh, okay, so there's actually two versions, three technically, one's red, but there are like two unique versions. But specifically, it's this one. Does anyone know? Fucking Reddit. Of course, Reddit doesn't know what the fella is. Does anybody know what this is supposed to be? Reddit. Every time, Reddit. Put that here. There we go. Does anybody know what this contorted wall of faces in hell is supposed to mean? Anyone? Does anybody heckin' know? There we go. Does anybody heckin' know what this contorted wall of faces in the depths of hell is supposed to represent? Certainly couldn't find out if I tried. Let's put this over here. Anyway, it's this texture. Oh god, that's so fucking tiny. Anyway, it's this texture. This is from Doom. Way back when. And this looks really awesome. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I knew what it was. I played Doom 2 for the very first time in like 2003? 2002? I was a little late to the game, admittedly. But like, even I knew what this was. Yes, the mass is massive. It is liquid rain. Wait until you see what I've done with it. We're not quite there yet, though. Anyway, so like the mass that is the human soup from White Knuckle, you can kind of tell what's, you know, what they intended, right? Like, it's clearly this, or a riff on this, something similar to that, but more bloody and people-like. It's a much better texture. Although I say that, you zoom in on this texture and it looks like horse doo-doo. And I'm just like, it's great from a distance, terrible up close. I need to change that. So I'm probably going to go into GIMP and make a new texture. A higher def, better fidelity texture. Anyway, so I spent a lot of the day modeling this arm to get it just right, and then rigging it to get it just right. And so now it's an arm that can spring up from the mass. Watch. Watch this shit. Yeah. Okay, that doesn't actually look that great. Okay, so it looks like shit because I've currently posed it. It's armature. It's armature time. So let me go to pose mode. No more user transformations, please. There we go. I can just hide that a little again. Anyway, so this is like the base version of it all. You know, normal. It's not meant to look like a human hand. It's meant to look like a demented hand. Anyway, so when it emerges from the goo, this is how it will actually look. And then also, it's meant to be deformed. Like, it's not meant to have full hand definition as it emerges. So it's supposed to sort of be like in there. So it's not like this, and then it pops out a little bit like this, and then it sort of gains a little more hand definition. There we go. And then it goes all the way up, and then I can pose it using the armature stuff. You know, it's pretty badass, I'd say. And then that's the arm. Now, as for the mass, this is the liquid version. We're going to be doing the face here in a minute. But I was just ranting / explaining how this texture is really cool. Gigantic, but it is what it is. I need to fix this texture and make it less poopy. Because when I zoom in on it, like individual tiles, like I don't want to see those pixels, but you're probably gonna. So it is what it is. Hey Swisher, welcome. And Callum and Liquid Rain and everybody else who's here. So yeah, how has your day been? How's my day been? How has your day been? How's my been? How's my been day? Anyway, so in the game, White Knuckle, you see the mass as it rises up. So it's basically a plane, right? But they've got effects applied to it. And also, it undulates. So I figured out how to make it undulate. So that's one potential shape. This is another. So it bubbles, and it bends, and it twists. I made a really big bubble here. Wasn't quite sure how big I wanted to make it, but it's pretty baller. I've got like 5 separate shape keys that all make it look freaky as hell. Oh, okay, so this is, let me get on that camera. Yeah, this is kind of like what you would see. Because like, what the camera sees is the majority of what you would see. So like this would be the frame itself in the fan animation that I want to make. But anyway, so I'm gonna like distort it and make it weird. See, this is why it needs a better texture. Like it's just too much. You're not gonna know what this is, right? Like if you're, so this is about the frame. Whoops. It's like it's about shaped like this. It's a little bit smaller than this, but like it's zoomed in like this. You're not going to know what that texture is at a glance. So I need to get this to a much better fidelity. Like it's okay, but Although from a distance, like you look at it from this far away, it looks phenomenal. But unfortunately, you will not be looking at it from this far away. Oh well. And then I can change the influence of whichever version I want and make it undulate in crazy, unexpected ways. It's very nice. And then I can just make it not have any influence whatsoever. But this one's my pride and joy. It becomes a skull. I love it. It didn't look the greatest skull shape, but it's getting there. I wanted to have a second skull here. Maybe go into like sculpt mode. And I wanted to have it kind of like be like the top of a skull, not submerging, but like emerging out of the mass. But it's not looking like that's gonna be doable with just a shape key. I would probably end up needing to, I don't know, probably making a model and then just hiding it under the plane here and then just pushing that up and then having the skull and the model to be more detailed. But again, the problem I get into is the fidelity of the texture is just not the greatest. It was great for White Knuckle because White Knuckle is meant to be a sort of PlayStation 1 graphical style game, and it works well for that. But for everything else, you know, I want my thing to be more of an anime style. Hit $50 on a scratch ticket. Okay. Congratulations, Swisher. Cheers. I'll drink to that. Elderberry flavored green tea. Anyway, finished all your books. It's been raining day, so you couldn't get out. Okay, good. Well, a rainy day with a good book isn't a bad situation to be in. There could be worse situations. I kind of want to have a shape key where it, because I like how that explodes upward. Anyway, I kind of want to have a shape key where it's like pouring. But then I think it'd be better to do pouring via a model of some kind. I'm not really sure how I would want to do it quite yet. So for now, I'm just not gonna... Whoa. Oh yeah, I got way too many vertices in this thing. Oh well. For now, I'm just not gonna worry about it. I will kill that. Skull Rise #1 looks good. Just as like a taunt, maybe? Like the mass is taunting the climber. That kind of thing. I like it. But anyway, okay. So that is the mass. I don't know that I could rig this up for any decent anything. Probably not. So, let's make a sphere. Make it reasonably sized. Oh, actually, speaking of spheres, I learned a really awesome thing the other day. This isn't like super amazing, but it was amazing enough. So you get a cube, subdivide it about that many times. And then you Shift Control C, was it? No, Shift Control S? No. Fuck. I'm gonna have to look it up. How to turn a cube into a sphere in Blender. Add it, then adjust it. Alt Shift S, that was it. Thank you, Google AI. Alt Shift S. Meow. Whoa. Thank you, Google AI. It's almost worth giving all my personal data to you for absolutely nothing. So yeah, you can turn a cube into a sphere, and apparently topologically, this is a better kind of sphere, right? Because, like, you can spawn in a sphere. And the spawned in sphere, it's not bad, but it has a sort of orange peel kind of structure to it. And honestly, I don't find this difficult to work with, but I do know there are people who are like, no, you got to turn your spheres, or you got to get your spheres, you got to make cubes, and then you got to turn your cube into a sphere. And I'm like, yeah, that's neat, I guess, whatever. What is the mass? Oh boy. Oh, right, I'm not in material preview. This is the mass. Oh, I just suddenly realized this is cocked at the wrong angle. Fuck. -90. There we go. Yeah, this is the mass. Let me just hide that for a second. So, whoops. Come on, go to it. There we go. It is a blob of human soup. And it very much wants the player in the game White Knuckle. It wants the player to join it. It has a taste for intelligent creatures. Oh, and then I made this really cool arm. Which, now that I'm looking at it, I should probably make it a little bigger. Just a little. So that it's kind of more in line with how the mass looks. And then obviously I rigged it up to kind of, you know, do stuff to look freaky. Because, you know, it's a hand made of human soup. It isn't going to obey the rules of normal human anatomy. So it's freaky. And there's another another form of it called the face, which is this small portion of the mass. The mass is apparently thousands upon thousands of gallons, hundreds of thousands of liters of this human soup fluid. And it has these little arms that come out of it, by the way. Like, that's why I modeled this. This wasn't just a, hey, wouldn't it be cool if kind of scenario, but like, no, this is how it is in game. You have these arms that come out of the mass. They don't try to reach at you, sadly, which is kind of a missed opportunity, in my opinion. But like, yeah. Oh shit, the camera's positioned in a weird way. Whatever. I'm not worried about shooting anything from a camera yet, but you get the point. This is kind of how that works. I'm just gonna hide that. There we go. So what I was doing was making the next phase of it called the face. The face is in the game. You get out to this big open underground cavity, and the mass is still in liquid form, so it's down at the bottom of this giant underground cave cavity, and you're up on top of the it's called the transit scaffolding, which is the remnants of this inter-tower tramway, and it's all fallen to pieces, so you got to jump and climb all over that. And meanwhile, the liquid is down below, way below, like thousands of feet below you, and the mass shoots out a small portion of it called the face. And I want to bring up a reference image. Let me get a good one. Is this the only picture of it? Seriously? Well, I guess that's it. It's not the worst picture or anything, but like, here we are. Tiny boy. He a tiny boy. I'm not gonna lie. The face doesn't look half bad, but when I listened to a white knuckle developer interview from like three-ish months ago, something like that, and this is from when. Nope, gotta save it. Okay. This is an interview from them mentioning how they had made a prototype, and in the prototype they made a primitive version of the face, because like when the white knuckle devs were making white knuckle, they weren't sure that it was gonna, you know, pop off, and so they were just kind of like, well, you know, if this sucks shit, you know, at least we have some number of cool things to show, you know, proof of concept, if you will. And so, yeah, this was the original version of the face. And I hate to say it, I like it better. It's all red and bloody looking, even though I'm sure that's actually more of a lighting thing. Because the transit scaffolds where you run into the face has a lot of like red lights on it. And then there's a section where a gigantic nuke goes off and the EMP knocks out all the lighting systems. So like you have nothing but darkness and then the red flashing siren lights and all the lights on backup. So this is the face in game right now. And it looks grotesque. It looks awesome. It looks awful. It's everything it should be, really. But I don't know. Something about this redder version speaks to me. Like, you can tell how they changed it. They gave the face in-game 3 rows of teeth. This one's clearly only got 1. You know, it only has 2 little beady white lights for eyes, and this one has 3 apiece, which I guess is whatever. They also went further with the hands, because I was also modeling the hands. These are all hands. It's a little hard to tell because of the resolution of the image, but in-game, when you look up close, they're all hands. So, like, it has hands coming off of its body. It's not just human soup in a magical sausage container or whatever the hell it is that's keeping it in a giant worm form, Shai Hulud form. It's actually like, you know, it's actually got people features, and it has this texture. Whoops. It has this texture baked into its body. It's just the resolution is too dog shit to be able to tell. But it's a cool idea. And so I wanted to kind of play on that. And then also I was ranting about turning your cubes into spheres. I don't know. I guess that's fine. So, that is what we shall do. I'm going to make probably just the head, because the way it's done in game, the head model is a completely different model from the body, and the body model is just animated fairly simply. It's just a bunch of chunks or segments, and I don't want to do that. I'm going to do for the body, the face, and then I'll do face, body. But before I do that, I gotta do a path. Make it a big, big, big path. Subdivide it a bunch. It's probably big enough. And then, I guess the circle's fine. And so I'm gonna do a NURBS curve for the main body. And then the head will just sit on the top. And so I can put a lot of detail into the head. So yeah, that is the plan, Stan. Or no, I wanted to go up to that point. So yeah. Is this pre-recorded? No? Why would it be pre-recorded? Don't listen to Liquid Rain. He's lying. The only thing pre-recorded... Or do you mean the music? I mean, the music is coming from a completely different thing. But like, let's get all this shit. There we go. Get all these. Oh, fuck. I grabbed the wrong vertices. Oh, come on. Scooch out. That's what I want you to do. Scooch out. There we go. It's all a matter of perspective. Okay, is it back? Come on, please. I don't know if it's ever going to return to normal. It might. Okay, it's looking like, you know, according to OBS, it's looking like it's okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay, we're good. Sorry about that. That just happens. Like, my internet, I don't know, the people in charge of my internet continually, they're fucking with it. I don't know why. I don't know what their deal is. I just know that they tweak it. A little too often, I might add. Like, seriously, stop that shit. What do y'all have to, you know, mess with? Like, what is there even to worry about that y'all have to be constantly tweaking it? No? Okay. Why are we not spreading? I have individual... Oh, no, it has to be medium point. No, it's still being a little bitch. Okay. You know what? Fuck it. I don't need these vertices. Oh, fuck. Merge by distance. Marge by distance. There we go. Consider yourself marged. There we go. Yeah, it's a very Pac-Man-y thing, and I agree with what you mean, Stone Cold Killer, but I'm going for a more dragon-esque look to it, if that makes sense. So, you know, we'll see how it turns out. But I think it'll be fine. Click the fucking vertice, please. There we go. Okay, so we got start of the mouth. Kind of want to... Yeah, that's perfect. Oh no, is this also split? Shit, it is. There we go. Anyway, I just want the mouth opening. You know, the hole around it. There we go. That's what I wanted. Aha. You sly little bitch. Okay. Now it should just be around the lip. There we go. That's what I wanted. Okay. No. Something like this. A little bit. Ah ha ha. Now we got a chompy boy. A little bit like that. I know it's got a jagged sort of chin look here. You got to remember, White Knuckle is very PS1 coded. PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, very early PlayStation 2 style graphics. So it's not trying to be hyper detailed. I want to do like a 90s anime styled or influenced fan animation for this. So I'm going to go for more detail, but I fully understand that I don't have to. It looks like a Goron. The head looks like a Goron. That's so freaky. Okay. First thing that's really standing out to me, I need a sort of brow ridge. It isn't quite a skull, and I guess I get that, but like, hey, Lifestyle, welcome. Or Lifesteal, my bad. I get why it's not a skull, but like it probably should be more skull-like. I think that'd be creepier looking, right? Because I hate to say this, the arms are a really lovely touch, but it looks like it's got fucking dreadlocks. Sorry, it does. It's a reggae slime face monster, whatever. You said Goron, and I was thinking Jabba the Hutt. Oh, Jabba? Oh, Jabu. Yeah, I see what you mean. It does kind of have that going for it as well. Which, you know, like, if it were more elongated, like a fish, yeah. Lord Jabu. No, I don't want it to be that long. I just want it to be like this. Get those cheeks kind of sunken. Yeah, that's perfect. I want a very strong jaw, like it's a, I don't know, some giant jawed monster. Almost like a lamprey. Or not a lamprey, a anglerfish. That's it. I don't know why I said lamprey. It's getting there. Now then. Job, yeah. Both thinking Ocarina of Time. Yep. We are Ocarina of Time brained, that's for sure. Okay. It has something of a nose. Like that. I don't know. As I said, I kind of want it to be skull-like. Oh, wait, maybe I should be doing this. Yeah, I should be doing this with a mirror modifier. I don't know why I didn't think to do that. Damn it, I hate that. Mirror, there we go. Ooh, that's an even better nose. Yeah. Where's that last one? Yeah, that's getting that skeletal look, I think. Now, it's got such tiny eye sockets here. I kind of want to give it a more demonic look, maybe, with like sans the skeleton eyes. No, I'm just kidding. Probably more along the lines of not sure. I don't want it to be sans the skeleton. That was just for shits and giggles. I don't want it to be a sad / somber skeleton. I want it to be more of a skeletal evil look, like join us, join us. If you've ever seen The Evil Dead, that's something that the demonic aura, the main antagonist of that movie, constantly says to the crew, or to the poor fools who woke it up, because it's stalking them the whole time, basically. And the main takeaway is that they're a bunch of dumb college kids who are horribly in over their heads, and they're just completely outmatched and outwitted even by this demonic force. And it's a really fucking awesome series of movies. And the whole while, like literally every moment the evil is on screen, except for Army of Darkness, which was just too silly of a movie for its own good. Like, it was fun, don't get me wrong. I loved how silly Army of Darkness was, but it was a little too silly given the source material. That said, however, every time in the first two movies where they were actually taking it seriously, and I appreciated the hell out of this, any time the evil was on screen, or was implied to be on screen, it was constantly taunting anyone still left alive. Like, it was never ending. And that style of like horror, where you have a force that is unknowable, unmanageable, and undefeatable, and all it does is just fuck with the protagonists, or protagonist, as the case may be. Like, it is literally there to have its way with the protagonist. Overwhelming odds, basically. It makes for the best horror. And I'm hoping that's what we will see with Kane Pixel's upcoming Backrooms movie. I've heard wonderful things about it so far. People are loving it. And I understand why. It's a good movie. Well, we'll see. Obviously, the movie's not out, so we can't really know, but I think it's going to be a wonderful movie. Whoops. This. Let's put a bevel on the eye sockets, just because that'll make it seem a little more bony. I'm walking a fine line between bony and liquidy, you know? So maybe I'm going the wrong direction with the skeleton skull. Also, the face, or the mass, is meant to represent that same sort of overwhelming force. It just doesn't actively taunt the player verbally. Although if you get close to the thing in game, you can hear the screams of all those inside it. It's literally comprised of wailing human soup. There we go. Crazy shit, man. Crazy shit. I was hoping to not have to make another set of loop cuts there, but yeah, it's fine. It'll be okay. No. You're not supposed to be able to see into the mouth. No. Man, I cannot wait. We are, what, 2 weeks out from that movie? Yeah, oh yeah, I remember that thing. These are nothing compared to The Thing. Yes, The Thing was amazing. Yeah, we are exactly 2 weeks out from tomorrow. Starting tomorrow, I mean. Oh, I can't wait. I want to see that movie so badly. I haven't wanted to see a movie this badly since Dune Part 2. And speaking of, Dune Part 3 will be out at the end of the year. So it's probably, actually, unironically, it's going to be a good year for movies. I just bet you. Now, it may not be that everybody is hyped for it the same way, which, you know, fair enough. But I am super hyped for this shit. Okay, so I need a brow ridge. Like, I need this to be really big browed. Something like this. Got a little too pointy of a forehead there, but we can fix that. We can fix that with a good old craniumectomy. There we go. Oh yeah, we got a new trailer yesterday. I meant to mention that, of Kane Pixel's Backrooms movie. And I'm pretty sure an async employee has been quite literally eaten by one of the creatures. Whatever creature it is, there's a lot of debate that it's one thing or another. Hard to say right now, because obviously nobody, you know, the main people have not seen it yet. Only a bunch of critics and a bunch of people who would have no clue about any of this and would not really care. Which is ironic that the first people who get to see the Backrooms movies, apart from the cast and crew, are the people who really would not have one dog in the fight one way or the other. Genuinely sad, but oh well, what can you do? And yeah, like there's a running theme, or theory that there is a still life, much like the Found Footage 3 still life, and that's what got the async employee. I think it's a bacteria monster, because that's too iconic not to do in a movie setting. Like, the bacteria monster could be just as unsettling as the alien from the Alien franchise, if done right. And since Kane clearly knows what he's doing, like, I think that'd do it. I don't know. There's too many uncertainties right now because of all the uncertainties. Because that's the point. You're not supposed to know yet. You're not supposed to know. You're supposed to go see the... Oh, fuck. You're supposed to go see the movie. Supposed supposed to experience it in theaters, and I don't want to. I want it now. I want it now. Okay. Now it looks like Donkey Kong. What the fuck? That isn't at all what I was thinking it would be. It literally looks like a Donkey Kong, or one of the Kongs. It's probably because of the lack of head real estate here. Again, that's fixed. Oh god, now he just looks like Brainy Kong. I'm gonna like subdivide this bastard, so it's gonna look a lot better. Although, it does kind of have an eyebrow ridge, you know, like a brow ridge over here. It's like, it's getting there. I think it's this. This is kind of like, this droopy lip portion's probably why it looks Donkey Kong-like. So I gotta unkong it. Otherwise, Nintendo will send their ninjas after me. Jack? What? What now? Jake was being mean to you. Who's Jake? I literally don't know who you're referring to. I don't know. Damn, so they do eat you. I think they do, but it's so uncertain right now, given that we've just not seen the movie. I would not be surprised at all to learn they eat people, right? Because the gimmick appears to be the Backrooms copies the shit in the real world, right? Tries to mimic it, tries to make it, you know, real or whatever. And so it would naturally, that would entail, you know, having a food source, or having it, the things that it makes, the bacteria creatures as well as the still lives, if there's more than one still life creature, or if there's only the one still life creature, I don't know. But that said, like, these things would have to eat, right? If they're truly mimicking, you know, reality. Let's go back a few steps. I'm not happy with where it's going. Yeah, right there. But I don't know yet. I'm not surprised to hear that it eats people. Because, like, at the end of Found Footage 1, what do you think happens to the main character? Is he, like, escorted politely by the bacteria creature in Found Footage 1? Is he escorted politely off the premises? Or is he escorted quite violently out of life? I think Kane's pretty clear on this one. He doesn't mind killing off characters. He has no qualms with people meeting a grisly end. And I heard that there's some violence. There's some gore in this movie. There are a handful of YouTubers who got invited to the premiere, so they got to see a lot of this shit. I don't know why autocorrect thinks Jack is spelled Jake. Yeah, your autocorrect is stupid and retarded, and you should, like, eat it. I don't know. Try not to watch the trailers. What? Dude, you're missing out. I don't think you're, like... I mean, yeah, you'll kind of spoil yourself a little bit. But, like, that's like saying, well, I don't want to eat an appetizer because I won't be as full for dinner. But, like, the appetizers are awesome, man. What made you, huh? What was this I don't want to eat an appetizer bullshit? I don't want to watch the trailers. They may spoil me. Yeah, but it's there to whet your appetite. It's there to make you even more interested. And I've seen 3 or 4 things that'll be in that trailer. Or that was in the trailer that will be in that movie. I'm not worried over that. I'm not concerned that I've seen stuff that I'll be like, oh, that spoiled me on this thing. Like, no, I love this shit. That made me want to see it more. I don't know. I'm weird, I guess. Whatever. Oh, I try not to watch many trailers, yeah. I eat more of the appetizers more than the actual food. It's just, it's that me. Yeah, no, I do that too. But like, that's the point of the appetizer. It's there to tide you over until the kitchen gets your order out to you. Like, is that not normal? Yeah, okay, you won't eat the entirety of your meal in one sitting, but I don't see that as a negative thing. I take that home and I eat it again. And I'm like, yeah, dinner and lunch. That's awesome. Okay, slap all the verts together. That's unceremoniously come apart. But yeah, I don't know. It's personal taste at the end of the day. Those who do not wish to do something, I understand. I'm mostly just Josh and Stone. Okay, what is something that needs to be added on to this? In all honesty, I don't need the back end of this. I'm just gonna have it be a, there we go. I'm just gonna have it be a, like a mask, I guess is the right description for it. Let's get that up to here. There we are. I guess I will have like rows of teeth. Maybe not just 3 rows of teeth, but like multiple rows of teeth going back into the depths of the mouth. I don't know. We'll see. Still looks very fish-like, but maybe that's not a bad thing. Trying to get it more skull-like. It's got to have a jaw. It's got to have some connecting bits. Hello, Mike. I'm doing all right. You dislike appetizers with your food because it tastes better than the meal? Really? That sucks. I mean, all I can say is, skill issue? I guess? It's getting there. I just need to take some artistic liberty with the design. In fact, I'm kind of should be leaning more toward this design. I like this design a little more. I'm not gonna lie, this looks very Voldemort coded from the Harry Potter movies. This looks more sea snake slash human thing. I don't know. Maybe I need to forego the skeletal feature of the nose. I like there being a hole for the nose. It's, you know, it's more creepier that way. Let's turn... Oh, that's right. I keep forgetting there's a shortcut. Circle that. It's not bad. It doesn't look right at all. Nah. There we go. The mouth is still a little wild, not in a good way. Any new nerd space stuff? Ooh, this isn't space stuff, but it is sort of nerdy, I suppose. I just got done seeing a video for stream of fish are self-aware? Yeah, let me look in my YouTube history. Yeah, fish are self-aware. We've been testing consciousness the wrong way. Not really much else. Just some brain rot. Well, I don't really watch brain rot, but stuff that would not interest anyone. And mostly I've been listening to music today, actually. There's a new Ghost in the Shell anime, which seems to be a reboot. See how that turns out. And yeah. That's it. I haven't really done / seen very much today. Mostly been locked in on this. Really wish I had like a better set of pictures, or at least a different set of pictures. Maybe I should just go into the game and get my own. Still looks very monkey-coded, but humans are monkeys, so it's getting there in that sense. Oh well. Really? Yes, really, really. Yeah, the new trailer is good. How did they test the fish? Same way with the regular mirror test, but I also didn't really care to watch the whole thing because I was like, oh, fish are self-aware, great, more reason to not want to eat fish. Versus the old way, I guess, was they understood the mirror image. Oh, fuck. Yeah, they understood the mirror image was themselves. Right, you got it. Why don't you stream 2B anymore? Are you aware of what happened to 2B2T? Funded by BlackRock? Do you know what became of it? Do you understand anything about what's happened with 2B2T? No? What happened? Well, there you go. So, about 6 months ago, 5.5, 6 months ago, I haven't played in 4 months. Okay, so you're unaware of all the censorship. The draconian censorship that Curtis enforced on everybody. Basically what happened was... Oh, you're aware of that. Yeah, there you go. 2B was the threat to our democracy and had to be stopped. No, they started enforcing rules that made the server not what it used to be, right? They killed the spirit of the server. And as a result, it stopped being worth playing. They've proven that they can just fuck it up at the drop of a hat for any reason, at any time. And so I'm very much of the opinion that they've gone too far with that. It doesn't matter if they roll it all back or not. Like, the damage is done. They've proven that they don't care. They will bend the knee to Mojang. And they will make everybody's lives miserable. Like, even a more tame word like fuck would get you banned from chat. And if you really push the envelope, they would cryo-ban you. And it's just like, well, what's even the point? Like, there were people cheering on the fact that you couldn't be racist and stuff. Which, okay, fair enough. You can think what you want about that. But that's the nature of 2B2T. You're allowed to do or say anything. Well, now suddenly you're not allowed to do or say anything. Well, that's not 2B2T then, is it? That's like saying you're allowed to drive your car, but you can't go here, 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 or here. But you're allowed to drive your car freely. And it just kind of gets... It was very disingenuous. Like, they knew what they were doing. They kind of ruined it. Like, the people in charge of 2B2T would have to be deposed. And a new person would have to run the server, and it would have to be better. Shit nuggets, this is still not turning out the way I was hoping. Okay, well, I gotta nix the nose. So yeah, no, they screwed the pooch on that one, BlackRock. Sorry. 2B2T is dead to me. Is your escape the Jackroom's base safe? No, it got found and griefed. But that was very, very recently. I was already finished with 2B2T, more or less. So it didn't matter to me. There we go. I was designing on the game like I was gonna return. But part of me just kind of knew, no, there'd be no point because they ruined it. Oh. And yeah, they ruined the server. So I don't know. I just don't know what they're gonna do, but I don't want any part of it at this point. They've proven that it's not 2B2T anymore. Like, if it had been up to me, I would have told Mojang to go pound sand. They would have blacklisted the server, and then I would have said, okay, guys, figure out a way to bypass the blacklist. And I'm sure they want to, like, you know, sue whoever, and they probably would have tried to litigate stuff. But the way Mojang is acting, you don't own the server. You don't own anything that you've done. You will own nothing and be happy, except the corpos. The corpos will own it all. But you will get to eat shit. And so I want no part of that. Bending the knee to Mojang was a bad idea. And it made the server worse. Like, they ironically, they had to give up the Bedrock support too, if I recall. I don't know why what problem it is they found that they had to get rid of Bedrock for, but that shit's so fucking funny because Bedrock was what drew Mojang's attention to us. Like, they knew of us before, but like the Bedrock stuff is what I have this personal theory, that's what made them enforce this bullshit on us. They were like, well, if you're gonna have people here, you know, from Bedrock, you better enforce these rules. Because they've also wanted to, for a long time, they've wanted to roll out these Java rules for who the hell knows how long. Imagine all the loot in Daughter's e-chests. There's not any loot in any Daughter e-chests. Don't fool yourself. Heard about Jack rooms? I was sick of 2B2T, in all honesty. I was sick of what it had become. So I don't really care. But yeah, Swisher, don't fool yourself. There is no loot in any Daughter's e-chest. Jack, remember when we got called crazy when we said that migration was the first step to making Java Bedrock? Yeah, I know. I remember being called crazy then too. Yeah. The Israeli influence over the world has ensured that everybody enjoys the same shitty experience basically everywhere. You will own nothing and feel happy. Okay. It's getting there, but there's still like something missing. I'm just not certain how to quite capture what that something is. So for now, this will do. Now for their version of the mask, they've got just like a bunch of PNGs that are like angled at a weird angle and then stuffed in there. And that's neat, but you know, around these parts we make actual teeth. Oh, fuck. There we go. Okay. Ooh. Oh well. I love Goyslop, not gonna lie. Give me more high fructose corn syrup. W Israel. Lord knows I'm too broke to pay for a base. Yeah, it's not worth it. Insider? No, there wasn't an insider. It was a another portal got left out from what I understand. I hadn't played in like 5 months, so it didn't really matter at this point. I probably wasn't coming back. Like, it just was one of those things where it was obvious that, you know, the magic was gone, and I know why. Like, Housemaster, or rather, Curtis killed it. Never let Curtis ever live that down. Never let him forget what he took from you. Nether portal? Apparently, I don't know. I don't give a shit, one way or the other, what it was. 2B2T had already been reeling from the, you know, the bullshit about all the censorship and stuff. Like, it stopped being interesting when they started doing that. Damn it. Can I really not do individual faces? Might have to do them individually. Yeah, like that. Funded by Blackheart. You're never coming back? I guess not, cause it was ruined. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. 2B2T is not what it used to be because of Curtis. He ruined it. He bent the knee to Mojang. Well, that has ruined the spirit of 2B2T. Like, there's no going back from that, you know? There's no unraping the server. It's just the end of it. It's a damn shame because it was a great server. But he proved that he's willing to bend the knee to Mojang. And I don't know. I don't know what they'll do from here on, but it won't be something I care about. No. Media point. Why aren't you letting me go away from... Whatever. Sweet. Any new listening? Not really. Well, I found, actually, I take that back. There is some music by my favorite artist, Susumu Hirasawa, that he released about 8-9 months ago, something like that. And I've been getting into that. It's pretty good shit. It's dying very slowly. Exactly. Curtis killed it. It's funny. 2B could withstand Camping Rusher. 2B could withstand, you know, all these silly things that have happened over the years. And what is it that really, like, does it in? Well, an overzealous admin who doesn't know how to... Basically doesn't know how to stand up for himself. Such a goddamn shame. It really is. But yeah, the the bedrockification of Java is starting in earnest. Okay, I'm just not going to put a tooth on that face. It doesn't shock me if 2B2T is beginning to die very slowly. Like, you can only draconianly crack down on people one time before they go, nope, no more. If I don't have to be there, like, I don't have to be on 2B2T. That's the thing. I have free will. I can choose to not go there. If that's the case, why would I play on a server that's intentionally been paused to the degree that it has, right? Why would I play on a cucked server? Like, I was already kind of bored with Minecraft as it was, but fuck, you throw that into the mix and that's like, that's a kamikaze maneuver. That's like a financial kamikaze maneuver there. Just all kinds of stupid. Oh well, can't be helped, I suppose. BlackRock owns house. Yeah, it's possible. You mean Curtis. It's not Housemaster, it's Curtis. Same time they said old new house is now many house. Yeah. It was obvious that it was multiple people running the show behind the scenes. And I didn't care. Like, that was fine. I only began to care when they began to fuck it up. But unfortunately, I kind of knew they would. And the worst part of it is they made me a liar. Because I had talked up how good 2B2T had been. I'd done that for 2 years. 2.5 years almost. Well, about 2 years. Since the 1.19 update and all the subsequent updates. Like, they were doing it perfectly. And they just fucked it up. I don't know. BB loves the new TV. Shut the fuck up, Liquid Rain. There's only 415 people in queue. How much you want to bet half of those are bots? I would not be surprised to learn that some of those are not real people. Ooh. It just, I don't know. It's so unfortunate. It's just all so unfortunate. Oh well. Ooh. That doesn't look anywhere near as good as I was hoping it was. To was an Epstein psyop. That's so fucking stupid. Everything was an Epstein psyop. Like, that's just the new meme, isn't it? Thoughts on dead internet theory. It's not real yet, but that doesn't mean that it won't become real one day. For now, the internet is partly alive, partly botted to hell and back. Who knows what the figures will be in only a mere 5 years' time. I think it will be a sort of steady incline on bots, and then we'll have the Butlerian Jihad. Or is it bot? No, it's Butlerian, my bad. The Butlerian Jihad. And then we'll be like, nah. Thinking machines? Nah, I'll be doing that for myself, thanks. I'm just kidding. Humanity is cooked. Who knows what the future will bring? TBH. Probably another cost of living crisis or some shit. There we go. They're getting to be a little teethy. Let's put 2 cuts there. That's not bad. My God, my brain is frying and I'm watching 3 streams at once. Why? I feel bad for you, except you're bringing this on yourself, so, like, why? Bots, children, and third worlders will comprise the true death of the internet. Okay. True death internet theory? You mean dead internet theory? But I mean, I guess. If AI is really just an Indian, then yeah, maybe you're right. Uh-oh. Ooh. Oh, how the fuck did I get twisted around like that? I'm thinking we will see some kind of retaliation. Like, we all joke about dead internet theory and such. I don't think things are going to continue on the way that they are, right? It's always darkest just before the dawn. I think things are going to get a little better because we're going to fucking not put up with this. At least that's the hope. But then again, people are exceptionally comfortable right now. And that's kind of a problem. If people are comfortable, they're not going to do anything about the enshittification of the world. It's just the unfortunate nature of the beast. So I don't know. I don't know what it'll take. I don't know what the like a sort of 9/11-esque moment, like what will be the bottom falling out kind of situation. I don't know. I don't think that's a question anybody can answer right now. It's obvious that, you know, things will have to give out eventually. The way things are cannot persist, but I couldn't tell you how it'll all go down. Jack streams, Reels, TikTok, Family Guy, Subway Surfers all at once. Ah, damn. Yeah, that's Top Hat's life, all right. He's scrolling Family Guy memes, playing Subway Surfers while he works at that history museum he works at. Many such cases. Many such cases. Okay. Got the start of a tooth. I think it'll look a lot better once it's all subdivided. Yeah, the nose portion definitely had to change to match. It can't be 100% the same. Oh my god, it's all twisted around here too. You twist me right round, baby, right round. That's what the base mesh thing right there. Whoops. So yeah, I'm gonna sort of go for like a fanged approach, like It from Pennywise the Clown. I'm gonna have that sort of lamprey-esque mouth, I guess. I don't know. Oh, did I see the speed thing in Minecraft? Yes, that was great. Pop, 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 pop. Pop, 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 pop. That was so good. Getting a, what is it? It was a, apparently, I didn't know that this was a thing. If you put a packed ice in a sulfur cube, it gives the Frostwalker effect to the cube. And so he had it leashed to a pig, and he kept shooting it with an arrow or something. It was dragging the pig along at a reasonably fast pace. Like, it was pretty cool. You're watching this painting stream and an esoteric schizo talking about the technocracy. I see. Why do they say this? Because in 2019, a company called Builder AI was basically pretending to do what modern AI does, but it really was just 100 Indians texting you back, and they were not AI. Interesting. Very interesting. Were they a successful company or a not so successful company? Inquiring minds would like to know. Because if they're Indians, we're not what you would call successful. Then clearly, they just weren't Googling good enough. Like, obviously we've cracked the Googling algorithm for Indians to do now, right? It's so bad that companies want to replace everybody with Indians that just Google things. Because remember, AI stands for an Indian. So I don't know. It's an interesting prospect. And remember, fellas, if your boss, your soul The man who has levied your soul against you wants you to train your replacement, you know, AI, an Indian. Just remember, arson is not frowned upon. Except by the police. They frown upon it. But everybody else will understand. Oh, shit. Oh, yeah, that reminds me. Speaking of Indians and AI, this shit cracked me up. I don't know how true it is, but oh my god, it sent me into orbit. So there was this... Fuck, what was it? It was a bunch of database records for... Was it a military? It was a military thing. That's all I remember. This happened somewhat recently. They wanted to, you know, replace them with AI. And instead, the Indians, because they were all a bunch of Indians doing this, instead, they just deleted the database. And, yeah, I don't know what sorts of jail time they're probably all facing. Or if they were just, like, maybe deported, or I don't know. But I'm wondering, should maybe that be the standard approach? You know, your company wants to replace you and everybody else with AI, and we all know it. Nobody is really, like, surprised. You know, maybe we should just delete the databases, you know. You want everybody running this or that? Okay, you can start over fresh with new existences. I'm sure that will also get a lot of people in jail, but I don't work for a company, so I don't give a shit. There we go. Yeah, it's sufficiently ugly looking. Kind of fatten up the things there. Managed to trick people long enough to get millions of dollars of investment. Damn. That's funny, though. Gonna watch the other stream. Just wanted to pop in here. Okay, have a good night. Have a good night, Top Hat. Take care. Let me see. I think we got a pretty decent inhuman quality to it, right? It isn't 100% a, there we go. It isn't 100% like a, just an endless row of teeth. At least not yet. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Part of me, I want to figure out how to like offset. Well, I can do that. Yeah, I can still keep them in each individual cell and then just shift them left and right. So for example, this one right here. Bam. Merge those all into one vertice. There we I can stick those like right there. Yeah. Something like that, so that topologically it's still sound, but every single tooth more or less behaves as though it is in a row, but like they can be staggered. In an interesting fashion. Okay. Yeah, I think a gigantic maw of teeth is entirely doable. Oh, something brushed up against me. It was my own hair. I thought it was a bug. There we go. Yeah, the inside of the mouth is going to be a little funky, but I think it'll be fine. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. And then I just need to give a give all these arms. I don't know how I'm gonna do that without it looking like ass. So I don't know. Might just forgo that, the whole thing. Oh, yeah. One final thing before I end it off here. This is 90, Z90. There we go. Whoa. There we go. So this will be effectively... let's shrink that down a bit. This will effectively be the main body, in essence. Oh wait, no, it's got to be way bigger. That's right, because the main body will actually be far thicker. Yeah, so like right here, Alt S to shrink it in a bit. This makes for a very convincing blob monster. I won't lie. Oh. S0. There we go. Yeah, that's looking good. And then I can even scale this up a little bit larger. Just to make it a little less, I don't know. Oh, wait. Scale Z. Alt SZ. Oh, I can only... Okay, that may have to be something I do in the final stage. Whatever. Kind of want to pose it just a little bit, but maybe I should save that for when I'm done actually sculpting it. I don't know. I'm a sucker for posing stuff. Fuck. There we go. Ooh, that's already beginning to look like it. Okay, enough of that. All right. Yeah, this is where I'm gonna stop for now. Got a lot of teeth to make in the back mouth here. Just out of curiosity, how does it look with a sub? Sub div surface. Not bad. Still say it would look awesome with a hole in its face for the nose. Oops. Yeah, something like this. Ooh, wait. Whoops. Yeah, wait, that rocks. Wait. Holy shit, did I just solve my problem? Problem solved? Perfect. Wait, that looks great. Huh. Yeah, it really is the happy little accidents, isn't it? Okay, well, at any rate, I will be doing more of this. As for tomorrow, whoops. What do I want to do for tomorrow? I've been meaning to get into Hollow Knight. So much so that I bought Hollow Knight and its sequel, and, well, it was all I could buy at that time. I'm curious as to when the DLC for Silksong will be done. I don't actually know if they mentioned a date. It may just be one of those nebulous summer of type things. In which case, you know, fair enough. But I was kind of hoping that all the Hollow Knight stuff would be said and done, you know, reasonably soon, so that I could get into playing whatever, Hollow Knight. Because I kind of want to get into Hollow Knight now. I've had it sitting in my library, sir, for like 7 months almost. Or no, sorry, it was right around Christmas, so about 6 months. So yeah, maybe I will do Hollow Knight tomorrow. I don't know. I'm still heavily addicted to Huayto Nakaru. So we will see how I feel. Y'all have a good night. I will catch y'all later. Bye bye. Thanks for playing.